I understand a president, needs a vacation day, needs to go play golf, needs to go to the beach, whatever. But I feel like every picture now is Joe Biden at the beach. And when there are people in our country, state after state after state, 4 or 5 states affected.
An undercover journalist exposed some hard truths about Ainsley Earhard's journey to becoming a famous news host. Growing up in Spartanburg, Ainsley put her all into school and sports, shining in everything from tennis to cheerleading. Despite her parents' doubts about acting, her heart led her to journalism at the University of South Carolina. Her faith and family were her backbone. But behind her success were tough challenges. Let us reveal the deep struggles Ainsley Earhard faced on her path to the top. The Ainsley Chronicles. Ainsley's ability to stay strong through hard times is impressive. It shows how deeply she believes in her faith and how committed she is to her family. But before diving into her struggles, it's important to know where she comes from and how she worked her way up to becoming a well-known TV host. As the camera pulls back from a tearful Ainsley on set, a figure lurks in the shadow of the studio, clutching a mysterious envelope. The name on the front? Ainsley's. As a student at Spartanburg High School, she was driven and motivated to succeed. She did well in school and was also active in sports like tennis, softball, and cheerleading. Competing in these activities pushed her to always give her best in everything she did. The focus and determination she learned back then became key skills she would rely on in her career later. While her parents initially encouraged her to avoid acting, she found her true passion in journalism. She attended the University of South Carolina, where she thrived as a reporter and anchor for a student-run news program. It was there that she realized she loved broadcasting and connecting with audiences. This passion would guide her future career path. After graduating, she had big dreams of moving to New York to start her career in journalism. But her mentor at the university advised her to gain experience locally first. She took this advice and accepted a reporting job in Columbia, South Carolina. It wasn't long before she became a local favorite, with her warm personality winning over viewers. Her talent was quickly recognized, and she was even named Best Personality of the Year by a local magazine. From 2000 to 2004, she anchored both the morning and noon news in Columbia. During this time, she covered important stories, including reporting from New York City after the September 11 attacks. She shared the story of South Carolina students raising money for firefighters in the aftermath of the tragedy. This experience deepened her connection to New York and strengthened her desire to work in the city one day. But this wasn't the hardest challenge she had to face. Life would continue to test her in new ways, both personally and professionally. In 2005, she took another step forward in her career by moving to a bigger news station in San Antonio, Texas. Here, she anchored the morning and noon broadcasts, but she also embraced new adventures. She completed a half marathon, skydived with the U.S. Army's Golden Knights, and even flew in an F-16 jet with the Air Force Thunderbirds. These experiences reflected her brave spirit and her readiness to take on new challenges. After just 18 months, Fox News noticed her talent and potential. She interviewed with Roger Ailes, the founder of the network, and was offered a job. This was a huge opportunity and marked the beginning of her career at the national level. Now in her 40s, she has lived in New York for over a decade, but she has kept her Southern charm. Her warm, friendly personality and soft Southern accent have made her a favorite among Fox News viewers, especially those from the South and Midwest. Despite the busy, fast-paced life in New York City, she has stayed true to her roots, and that authenticity has helped her connect deeply with her audience. Let's see how she stands out in a tough media world. A media journey unveiled. The media world can be tough, but her positive energy has helped her stand out. She shares the stage with her co-hosts, Brian Kilmeade and Steve Doocy, who sometimes have a more serious or gruff approach. But her warmth and enthusiasm balance them out, creating a refreshing dynamic on the show. Her natural curiosity and genuine interest in people make her a standout host. Her faith plays a big role in her life and often comes through during her segments, especially when the conversation touches on politics and spiritual matters. She doesn't shy away from sharing her Christian beliefs with her viewers, offering prayers and blessings, and inviting religious leaders to discuss current events. Her strong faith shapes not only her personal life, but also her approach to her career. Her openness about her faith and her support for the military and conservative values have earned her a strong following. At the same time, her opinions have stirred controversy, especially when she discusses sensitive topics like COVID-19 or the media's perceived liberal bias. Her willingness to speak her mind, even on tough subjects, has made her both a beloved and debated figure in the world of news. Her personal journey isn't just about overcoming the painful experiences of divorce or losing a loved one. It's also about her ability to remain strong and authentic while making a big impact in the world of media. Her dedication to staying true to herself, even while navigating the difficult waters of a high-profile career, is something her audience deeply appreciates. Her resilience, faith, and unwavering commitment to her values continue to inspire people. Her story is one of perseverance, faith, and connection. She has not only overcome personal challenges, but has also managed to connect with millions of people through her warmth and sincerity. Her journey serves as a reminder that, even in the face of life's toughest moments, it's possible to stay true to who you are and continue shining bright. In May of 2019, the New York Times published a report that revealed some of President Trump's financial difficulties between 1985 and 1994. According to the report, during this time, Trump lost more money than almost any other American taxpayer. After the news broke, she quickly came to Trump's defense. She criticized the media, particularly the progressive news outlets, for focusing so much on Trump's past financial problems. She argued that this kind of media scrutiny makes Republicans hesitant to run for political office because they feel they are constantly being targeted by the press. This perspective reflects a common feeling among many conservatives who believe the media treats right-leaning politicians more harshly than their left-leaning counterparts. This wasn't the only time Ainsley stood up for Trump in the face of media reports. In October of 2018, the New York Times published another story, this time about how Trump reportedly inherited nearly $500 million from his father, Fred Trump Sr., using questionable tax methods and possibly committing tax fraud. She once again defended Trump. However, this time she focused on criticizing the newspaper for going after Trump's father. To her, it seemed like an unnecessary and personal attack. In her view, bringing Trump's father into the conversation was a low blow, showing just how loyal she was to defending Trump, no matter the controversy surrounding him. Next, we'll see her support for the president amid media clashes, a faithful witness in the political arena. Just a few months later, in January of 2020, Trump authorized the elimination of a high-ranking Iranian military commander, Qasem Soleimani. This decision sparked widespread debate. Trump's administration claimed that Soleimani was planning attacks on American forces and that the strike was necessary to protect the country. However, the administration didn't release clear evidence to back this up, and many people were skeptical about whether it was truly justified. Despite this, she supported the president's decision. She even backed the administration's choice to keep the intelligence behind the strike secret, trusting that Trump had made the right call. Her support didn't stop there. In an interview with Trump, she praised him for recording his conversations with former FBI Director James Comey. She believed this was a smart move, as it would ensure Comey was being truthful. Fox and Friends, the morning show, where she is a key host, is often seen as a major voice for conservative audiences. However, interestingly, it isn't just watched by Republicans. In fact, about 1/3 of its viewers are Democrats or independents. This wide audience shows that the show's influence goes beyond just Republican circles. Fox and Friends has been on the air since 1998, and two of its longtime hosts, Steve Doocy and Brian Kilmeade, have been with the show since the beginning. She joined later and became the fourth woman to hold the central position on the show. Her role has helped her become a familiar face in the conservative media world. Her parents, Glenn and Dale Earhard, raised her with strong Christian values. From a young age, they took her to church regularly, and these experiences deeply shaped her. Even today, she credits her faith as the foundation of who she is and how she views the world. But faith wasn't the hardest thing to balance in her life. She often shares how her parents taught her to always trust in God and His plan. And this simple but powerful message has stuck with her throughout her life. As she got older, her faith only grew stronger. She regularly studies the Bible and prays, which she believes has helped her understand God's teachings on a deeper level. Her involvement in her church has also been important for her spiritual growth. Over the years, she has faced criticism from some people who doubt her sincerity or think she's too open about her religious beliefs. However, she remains committed to her faith, responding to these critics with kindness and a strong sense of belief. But this wasn't the only challenge she faced. She is not just known for her work in television, she's also a successful author. Originally from the South, her writing reflects her personal experiences and her deep-rooted connection to family and faith. She first discovered her love for writing while attending the University of South Carolina, where she contributed to the college newspaper. This early experience with storytelling eventually led her to write several books later in life. Now we explore her personal beliefs and the challenges she faces: trust, betrayal, and resilience. In 2018, she released her first memoir, The Light Within Me, which quickly became a bestseller. The book takes readers on a journey through her personal life, from her childhood to her experiences as a mother, and how her faith has helped her overcome various challenges. That same year, she also published a children's book titled Take Heart, My Child, which received praise for its heartfelt message. Her writing is known for being honest, relatable, and deeply rooted in themes of faith and family, which has resonated with many readers. Her books have become a significant part of Christian literature, encouraging readers to reflect on their own spiritual journeys. But writing wasn't without its own struggles. She has spoken openly about how difficult it can be to balance her busy career in broadcasting with her passion for writing. She has also admitted to dealing with self-doubt and fear of criticism. Nevertheless, her books offer a personal look into her life and the lessons she's learned along the way. By sharing her experiences with faith and family, she hopes to inspire others to think about their own beliefs and personal growth. Despite her high-profile career, she has also faced personal challenges, including hardships in her romantic relationships. These difficulties have tested her strength and faith, but they have also enriched her writing and helped shape her public image, making her a relatable figure to many people. On October 13, 2012, she and Will Proctor got married at All Saints Episcopal Church in Winter Park, Florida. It was a beautiful day for them, surrounded by family and friends. A few years later, their happiness grew even more when their daughter, Hayden Jo Proctor, was born on November 5, 2015. At first, their lives seemed perfect, full of joy as they embraced parenthood and the excitement of raising their child. But beneath that happiness, there were issues they didn't see right away. A few years later, she found out that Will had been unfaithful. He had an affair with one of her close friends. The affair had happened years earlier, but only came to light later on. Even though the actual betrayal was in the past, the hurt was still fresh for her. It shook her deeply, breaking the trust they once had. Despite how long ago it happened, the pain lingered, leaving a lasting scar on their relationship. In October 2018, she made the tough decision to separate from Will after 6 years of marriage. The very next day, Will filed for divorce in New York. Although he denied the cheating rumors and insisted they weren't true, someone close to the couple spoke out and said there was real proof of the affair. This person was certain that Will had indeed cheated with her friend and that there was evidence to back up this claim. But this wasn't even the hardest part for her. The betrayal wasn't just about her husband being unfaithful. It involved someone she trusted, which made the situation even worse. She tried to move past it and work on their relationship, but the pain was too much. When trust is broken in such a personal way, especially when a close friend is involved, it's incredibly hard to heal from that kind of wound. It was one of the main reasons their marriage couldn't be saved, and it left her feeling deeply hurt. Next, we dive into her personal struggles and how she copes. The silent grief of miscarriage. While this was a huge emotional burden for Ainsley, it wasn't the only loss she experienced during her marriage. In 2014, Ainsley went through something heartbreaking. She had a miscarriage. After trying for some time to have a baby, Ainsley and Will were thrilled when they found out they were expecting. They were filled with hope and excitement. But during a routine checkup, their happiness turned to heartbreak when the doctor couldn't find a heartbeat. Ainsley was told she had miscarried, and the loss left her feeling devastated. The grief of losing her unborn child was incredibly hard to bear, and she struggled with feelings of guilt, wondering if she had done something wrong. But as much as this loss hurt, Ainsley had to face yet another tragedy. On October 24, 2022, Ainsley appeared on Fox and Friends to announce the sad news that her mother, Dale Elise Giles Earhard, had passed away just 2 days earlier. Her mother had been battling health issues for some time, including diabetes and the effects of a stroke, and her health had gradually worsened. Losing her mother was incredibly painful for Ainsley, who had always been very close to her. However, her mother's strong faith and Ainsley's belief that she was at peace gave her some comfort during this difficult time. Despite all of these personal losses, Ainsley found a way to keep moving forward. After her divorce, she focused on her work and on raising her daughter as a single mother. She stayed busy, throwing herself into her role at Fox News and being the best parent she could be. For a long time, Ainsley avoided dating, choosing to focus on herself and her child. But rumors began to surface that she might be re-entering the dating world. And even though Ainsley seemed to avoid romance, it wasn't long before rumors started linking her with someone from work, her colleague, Sean Hannity. The two were spotted together at a wedding, which sparked talk that they were more than just co-workers. Although neither of them has confirmed any engagement or shared many details about their relationship, people remain curious, especially because they've worked together for so long and are both well-known figures. Outside of her personal life, Ainsley's career continued to thrive. She has been recognized for her work in journalism, winning several awards for her contributions to the field. She was even honored with an honorary degree in recognition of her achievements. But Ainsley's passions don't stop at journalism. She is also very involved in travel and humanitarian work. Over the years, she's supported many charitable causes and been an advocate for women's empowerment, using her platform to make a difference in people's lives. However, her journey hasn't been easy, and Ainsley's life is a clear example of resilience. After experiencing so much heartache, the betrayal of her husband, the loss of her unborn child, and the death of her mother, she has still managed to keep going. She continues to be a strong presence in the world of media, and her strength in the face of all these challenges is something many people find inspiring. Even now, Ainsley remains an important figure in broadcast journalism. She balances the demands of her career while raising her daughter and continues to handle life's ups and downs with grace. Her story shows that even when life throws its hardest challenges at you, it's possible to keep pushing forward. What do you think has been the key to Ainsley's resilience despite her hardships? Comment, like, and subscribe to join the discussion and stay updated on her story.